Hi there, my name is Miller. I'm with SpeedBinder, and I'm here to show you some tips on creating artwork files for your full color EarthBinder custom binder project. I'm going to break this up into a series of videos, hopefully to keep each one kind of a manageable size and make them brief and to the point. So, first thing we're going to talk about are the templates that we will use to create these artwork files. And all of these templates are on our website, and it should be pretty self-explanatory. Just go into the Design Center, and there's the templates, and they're all right there. Full color EarthBinders are available in a variety of sizes. We have 4 different sheet sizes: half size, which means 8.5 by 5.5 sheets; office size, 8.5 by 11; legal size, 8.5 by 14; and architectural size, 11 by 17. Each of those is available in a variety of ring sizes. And the specific ring sizes available depend on the page sizes as well. So there's a whole bunch of templates out there, and it's important that you remember to get the right one because they're all different, and that'll make sure you get the artwork set up accurately for your job. So let's take a look at this one first. This is the the template for a 1-inch office size, excuse me, a 1-inch office size EarthBinder spine. And the thing that I wanted to point out on this is there's this layer called the hinges layer, and let me just draw a little rectangle under here to show you why we have that. And I'm just going to give this just some color. Okay, the ink that we use and the paper that we use on the EarthBinders, that ink will crack if we print right on the hinge. So we don't want to do that. We want to print. We want to avoid that, and the way we avoid that is by having these vertical bars built into the template that protect the hinge itself from getting printed. Honestly, if you chose to in your design, if you want to take those off and take your chances with the ink cracking, that's fine. But just be aware that that's going to happen, and because it tends to be a fairly sharp crease right on the hinge area, and that ink's going to crack a little bit, and they don't look good. So we would highly recommend you leave those bars there. The other thing I wanted to point out is these guidelines that you see. There's one here at the top and another one at the bottom. That's actually the top and the bottom of the binder itself. The extra area you see above and below those guidelines, that's the part of the spine that wraps around to the inside of the binder. All right. So make sure if you're putting text or something on there, you don't want to run it past those guidelines. That's important. So I'm going to go ahead and just kind of step through briefly, creating a file here, and I'm going to keep it very simple. I'm just going to, this is a video test. All right, so there's a file. Let me give it a fancy font. And then just position it here. Okay, so there's our spine. There's really nothing to it, just a plain white thing that's got some text on it. Now what I want to show you though is how we save these files, because the spines and front and back covers are saved in the same fashion. What I want to do is I want to save this as a PDF, and let me the right directory. Just doing a little test stuff here. So I'm going to call this video demo spine. Okay, that's going to be my file name. So we'll get back to that in a minute. Yes, I want to overwrite the file because I've already done this before. I messed up. Anyway, so here's some things that are important for how you save it. This is really important. First of all, select from your drop-downs high quality print. Now we're using CS6 Illustrator here. We've been on Illustrator since version 10, I think. I think they all have the high quality print as a PDF preset, and that's just important because sometimes if you've got raster images or Photoshop files or big JPEGs or stuff in there, they're oftentimes way bigger than we need for printing. And so the high quality print preset will skinny those down so the files become a more manageable size, and I guarantee you'll never see the difference in print. Next thing that's very critical, marks and bleeds. You want to select all printer's marks, and you want to select use document bleed settings. Now if you're using our template, the document bleed settings should come in at 1/4 of an inch. And so make sure you do that, because that is important. We have to have that. So you get those all set. We save it, and let me go bring up that file, and I'll show you what that's going to look like, or what we need it to look like. Remember, the other thing about all of this that we're doing here is everything we're doing, we can this will get you tremendously fast order turnaround. The way this works is, if you follow these instructions and send us print-ready files, so that basically we can just take your file and shoot it right to the printer without having to do any massage on our end. By doing that, if you have your artwork to us by noon Central Time, your binders for most quantities, I mean more than 100 probably not, but for the smaller quantities like you might have for a proposal where you only need 10 or dozen, 2 dozen, something like that, the binders will ship that day. So that's usually pretty attractive for people to be able to get that kind of turnaround, but it does depend on you setting up your artwork precisely according to our specs, so that we can not have to massage it in our art department to get it to where we can do the production. So anyway, so here's the file that we just created. Let me just zoom out a little bit. And this is actually the file that will get sent to the printer. And you see, it's got the crop marks and the color bars and the file name and all of that. And there's our the text that I threw on there. And so that's what your file should look like. Something like that. You want to make sure you can see these cut marks and the various alignment things and the file name. If you follow our instructions, that's exactly what it'll look like. That's important, so we can get it that way. All right, I'm going to cut the video off here and go on to some other topics in subsequent videos. But for now, that's a little introduction into the spines of the full color EarthBinder and how to save them. We will talk soon. Take care.